We pledge love and loyalty to be country salo. My how we there, my how we born. We sweet salo. We not for make this country fall. Mama salo. We let we salo. At this we land we love. We not for make them fall. We let we salo. Then they thief the money, then they fly. They London, they Dubai, then they bye. We there, we just a try. This day I don't come up and dry eye. Then they thief the money, then they fly. They London, they Dubai, then they bye. We there, we just a try. But this day I don't come up and dry eye. We pledge we love and loyalty to be country salo. My how we there, my how we born. We sweet salo. We not for make this country fall. Mama salo. We let we salo. But this we land we love. We not for make them fall. We let we salo. But this we land we love. We not for make them fall. We for the wreck the country. It's a witch. For the wreck the country. I guess I carpets, no man kereka. Come on, Konica, come on, Kereka. Chamucham, Mama Monica. Kai Bom, Yaman Konica. For the wreck the country. It's a witch. For the wreck the country. And they go and they beg. Shim. The people that they gen. Then Hagawa Shem. They make it with the king and the picture. Now we hope for today and the future. Forgive them best scripture. They make it with the king and the picture. Now we hope for today and the future. Don't forgive them best scripture. We pledge love and loyalty to we country salo. My how we there, my how we born. We sweet salo. We not for make this country fall. Mama salo. We let we salo. But this we land we love. We not for make them fall. We let we salo. We salo. I say no place like home. I like it, I can talk them, I like it, I can fight them.
Yes, family. Una good evening, good afternoon, good morning, good day, wherever on a day. First of all, I've been here for this broadcast for some time because I've been there reconsider how to go about for build a platform we will assist change in Sierra Leone. 64 years plus, we don't they cry, they holler, they curse, they fret, they do all kind of things. But it's like the more we change the politicians, the more things they get worse. And some of we concern how for make change happen. Not to Uda do what. Yes, Uda do whatever they do, it matter, it important. Because if they're not doing well, it affect everybody. If they're doing well, everybody will benefit. But the fact is, how long can we be doing the same thing expecting different results? How long? We don't cry. We don't curse. We don't make coup. One thing I think we get to understand this. In the whole of Africa, Sierra Leone rank amongst one of the countries that we don't get the greatest number of coup d'etat since 1960. We rank amongst the first five. For a small country like Sierra Leone, alter will make coup. We go to war, we come up on war, we get people that sit on a power and they kill themselves left and right, kill people and left and right. Each time we understand, see, the methods we use, the approach we understand, not get for work. If we been for work, if we don't work 20, 30, 40 years ago, if we been get for giving the results what we want, if it further happened since the 1970s, if up to this time, 2025 ending, going to 2026, things are going backward, not forward, then it's time we begin to use wisdom. Wisdom is not about going to school or having university qualifications. It's about sitting down to examine, research, you examine, you find out, then you take action. Wisdom, not a magic, whether they give special people. Everybody get the ability for use wisdom. But the processes for use wisdom, we need for learner. If you ask me, the wisdom I lost now we country. And it's about time we begin use wisdom na Sierra Leone. So therefore, I've been take time out for sit down, think, research, do everything for look at a way forward, a new way forward we'll go take for make we begin assist ourselves for see a better Sierra Leone. Well, some of we did do it now not because we want for profit from them directly. If I get for profit self, maybe me picking them, me grand picking them go profit. For me, I have no business to do in Sierra Leone anymore. I've done my own part. But if you see, we still they talk, not because we want to make people that know we. I'm not looking for cheap popularity. If we they talk, not because we get any agenda. The only agenda I get right now is if I go back to Sierra Leone, I go sit down in my rural area, I do small things then for keep my life going. Then maybe help the community around me. Let themselves begin get what they go do for sustain themselves. This platform, of course, I know say we all know say the name Redemption Broadcast Network. I decide for rename. And the name Wagia may get historical significance. Because one of the things we're absent in we is that we by and large don't know we history, we don't know we background, we don't know the value of we culture, we don't know much but we self. We know about other people then. And if you cannot know about yourself, if you don't know the value of your culture, if you don't know the value of your environment, your resources around you, then you are not able to develop. You cannot develop. You cannot develop. We don't see them clearly. Sierra Leoneans will run away from Sierra Leone. We come overseas. Then after some time, we go back. And we not get much where we inject into the society. Let me face the fact, say the truth. A greater percentage of we don't come out in the diaspora. When they go back, we not get much where they inject into the society. Because we run away from who that we be, we run away from we resources, we run away from we natural environment. We can't find ourselves in environments that we're not used to, and some will never be used to them. They're not going to tell you now the truth. They could say this one now. It's -3. How many of us are going to be used to a climate that is going -3 at a time like this? 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock, the place don't dark. How many of us go used to that? You see, every human being, we get the tendency for the psychologically, intellectually, emotionally to the area where we born. As long as now day you born, now day you grow, you go school there, you always get a connection. What you go call the spiritual connection. And what are the spiritual connection are the intellect, your thinking capacity. So if we cannot understand the place we are born in, if we cannot be able to identify the potentials in the area where we're born, we say they can't work in another man country. Yes, we earn money, but how much money are we earning? That's the fact. How much money are most of us earning? A few. They be lucky, then go get into jobs, then go get into professions and vocations where then go able to earn a little bit more. But our Sierra Leonean don't come to the diaspora, don't work, don't make millions, they go back home, they go invest. Development 1, 2, when you used to the environment, there's a saying in Creole. Me own and we all own, not two different things. So, as from this time onwards, this platform are dedicated to discussion surrounding what we need for do, what we need for know, how we for know them. So we go begin build with cultural and other resources. It may seem impossible for now because of several reasons. But I want that we understand, say, there is so much potential. Who shall we come out? But because we're not tuned to see the potentials, that is why we get a system we know the function. The one that they put before say, "Una take care of things," they are not tuned. We will they support them, we are not tuned. So what do you have? You have a crisis. Added to that, most of we still need for decolonize we minds them. If you talk to 10 Sierra Leoneans, 6 or 7, they talk to you with the impression that they are tied down, they cannot do much to bring change except there is external assistance. We can do it if we are ready to. We may need external assistance, but not as how we see them. We may need external assistance, but not one of dependency. We're capable to do things by ourselves independently. And this does not only apply to Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone, of course, is a case study for the continent we call Africa. Sierra Leone is a very good case study because when Europeans decided to go down to Africa and create what we have today as countries, Sierra Leone have been one center where they been used for develop most parts of West Africa, and some of the influence even extend to Central Africa. A few people know say Sierra Leoneans were sent to Congo, DR Congo, for go assist there in building railway and doing some other jobs for build up the country under the Belgians. And as a matter of fact, you get a small minority of Sierra Leoneans in DRC up till now. One of them is the mother of the famous musician who they call Kofi Olomide, a Mamana Sierra Leonean. Sierra Leone had influence of being used by a foreign power for create what they want to create. And I think so now one of the reasons that will make with the Phenom difficult up to today for liberate ourselves from the claws of colonialism. Why point we get for accept as a people if we want to move forward? And this does not only apply to Sierra Leone, it applies to the whole of Africa. If we are to move forward, we have to find a way to decolonize our minds and replace them with a mentality of collaborative partnership. Why collaborative partnership? Yes, we accept the Europeans did all they have done to damage us. They did all they have done to control us. The one thing we should be thankful about is that them do something we begin up with for open we eye. But to this time, 60 and more years after independence, we're not able to see and understand. You see, Africa and Sierra Leone specifically has been through a lot of trauma. The trauma not start with the Europeans coming to Africa. It started long ago when you had Arabs and other people coming. Then the first era of slave trade start. Then they take people across to Arabia and some eventually to Europe. Then we had the spread of empires, then we get foreign influence. We then self coming, then begin create problems for it. So we don't see the longest time of trauma and even Holocaust, if we can call them that way. And I believe say that don't condition we to the level that now We dey find am difficult for decolonize and go back. But we can still go. What we need to do is to stop complaining and blaming and start inquiring, researching, looking at where it went wrong, how it went wrong, and what we can do. You see, one thing we get for realize in Africa, time is not in our favor. The world as we know it is rapidly changing. Technology as we know it is rapidly changing. And at this material moment, Africa has the youngest demographic on earth. The median age in Africa is 19.8 years. They rank 19th in the largest market potential. We rank 19th because we are struggling to unite and create a unified market. We will tap into 1.8 billion. We need to sit down and ask basic questions. How do we build the intellectual and economic infrastructure for make a market become functional? And if we are to do that, we have to move away from this type of education that we are giving in Africa. Because the type of education we are giving in Africa does not, one, teach us to be critical and inquiring. So innovation is very low. Two, the type of education they get in Africa, now they teach you about resources. And when they talk about resources, and now they talk about that gold, diamond, iron ore, they talk about the biodiversity of Africa and what we can use it for to produce goods and services that can be marketed globally or even within the continent. This is what Asia is doing. Look at Asian economies. They are building and modernizing their culture. Indians took the rickshaw, which is almost like the Omolanke, plus they touch bicycle to them. Now they don't put engine pan and they make them very small and convenient. We buy them all over the world. We can't do that in Sierra Leone. We can't do it in Africa. Do we always have to go and borrow or copy from some other place? Welcome, sir. Talk to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. What a very beautiful presentation. God bless you. As always, I can say thank you. And today, what I do for the record, I send this thing out to many individuals and groups.
Thank you, sir.
Say this presentation here for day. And I went on Facebook, I did the same thing. And I hope, even if people are not listening to this in real time,
they will listen to it with time.
Yeah, with time they listen.
Yeah.
And we'll try for make them know say this is coming up, it is really come.
And I want intellectuals to come on board now they get discussion.
Yeah, I know they will. We're gonna announce that. Let it come.
The African intellectual, the Sierra Leonean intellectual need for begin look at critical issues.
Yes. Yes.
We can complain and blame until thy kingdom come. We'll be recycling the same mentality, Doc.
Yes, absolutely right. Well, the thing is, information all day. One, you touch on a bunch of stuff, talk about the culture and how the people are not tuned. Well, the culture of Sierra Leoneans, the way of life of Sierra Leoneans, prepare the country and the people fulfill. because we're not learn anything, and we're not ready for change, for work in the interest of us, in the interest of the people away unborn, and for the future of the country. And any generation we're caught up in that particular madness, now usually now very few people in the planet, the people. Like one to American, he say not only people where they poil now the problem. Now the one they do watch, the one they will poil, now they be the problem.
Exactly.
And so if you look at Sierra Leoneans, like in the last few days, I made a presentation. I said, Senge, and they call name, please forgive me, sir.
Go ahead. As long as it's about how to change.
Not over Senga, they talk about generally, because not to Senga can't cause me. And they just talk about how people are caught up in madness. When they make, and if any Sierra Leonean want to understand the damage where Salon gets, how much that level they will not go grab easily, let it go to the 2023. This I will never stop that topic. 2023 Auditor General's report. They find so there's not a single thing we good about anything. And the person denied they say, let go download that. I was looking at it for 2 days in the last 2 days. The chairs one common and behind. Because where are we? And he, like this Senga, the vice president, the inspector of police, the billions and billions of money where they find we lost. They're not even present a receipt. And so when somebody presents and say, hey, so they can't cost you. So how people are caught up in madness, they're not tuned at all, they don't understand at all, they're not ready for land. And this they can we go now a level which I will not want. People not a question about anything. Then just sit down. And when come and say something because you don't belong at the tribe, don't belong at the region, then look, then take you, go after you. Mr. Jallo, the problem in Sierra Leone, yes, I understand. Salon not unique in the current circumstance when we find ourselves. But what's unique about Sierra Leone is we, with determination, not for facts, for not of physical fights, for come together, come with ideas and look at the bigger picture and say, in the 21st century, we still they talk about people not get food in nearly 100%. Because if you get 82%, they say not get food, now nearly 100%. If you get 28%, malnourished people, not even younger people, then they talk about the population, 28.5% of the population get problem of food, serious food within the 82%. And people like that, they know one, but not to forgo facts. Let me talk about how we go fix this. Oh. And let me give you an example. Also, they always say, Salon go get the Haiti story, therefore church na Salon. From 1804, where Haiti gets independence, to this day, they don't get good story. From 1961, where Salon gets independence, they don't get good story. If that economic growth of the 1960s, the better part, the economic growth of the 2025. But let's look at the population. So when you look at the variance, how many people have been there in the 1960s? Maybe 1 million or so. Now we get over 9 million people.
1.2,
so it seems, and the economy they grow, nationally they better. Now, we go shame Mr. Jallo for I wake up in the morning. As he say, I'm not able to rule the country. I will come up and beg when I say, we are not able. Let the people that we be able, let them come. He not say not able. So Haiti, now the same thing. Instead, when they're not able, they get bad. But today, they don't get government. That's a power vacuum. And then they go to drugs before they get the power vacuum. Today, the drugs don't kind of salute heavy. In a way where they uncontrollable. Now, international people and traffickers, as far as Zambia, they can't salute for can't take drugs. That's including airports. Can you believe? Then they get people in Nigeria.
I see.
So now, what you find out is now we have become an attraction of evil attraction. Not so because the people then they do well, now because the people in the country do bad. And so we don't want that to continue. And it's not magic, Mr. Gallo. Not so magic. Let me change Salon. Salon get the potentials. If we get the leadership, get the power vacuum, the leadership not good, and people are ready for help them. Like that American man. We say not to the one who the coil, not the one who the watch, the one who the coil. Now they be the problem. Now, we're going to elections in 2028. And it doesn't matter how we look at them up and down, Mr. Jallo. After we get a situation where the people, they're not ready for better than the country, that country will be better. We still have few people who they manipulate and they will always succeed. If you take statistics about how many people again currently and ready for pull back as we go to the election, they're not they reach 1,000. I'm not talking about the one they hold able to. And so the talk we talk, the statistics where they bring, how we go able waiting day for let's alone take off to a better level. This the leaders they deserve for it. And at the same time, the Sierra Leoneans them when they go through this suffering today, maybe to say lights no day. Last week, the World Bank they go after Sierra Leone for letting because every money what they need they get for audits. Okay, they get for audits. Let them know the money for the lights. When they cry for, they make light. They this lights not in a seven. Now the panel say over $100 million and then get this 2025. I will send for you the video where they make the analysis. I will send them for you. This $100 million, like mostly in a salon. And then they just pour money. Now they say in Sierra Leone, 64% of the population, it's not about getting back out. They don't have access to electricity. 64% of the population. How are we going to really get to what they call sustainable development one day, or for even develop? Because who is ready to invest in large scale in Sierra Leone? Opening offices, factories, the service industry, now one area that one day where they make country and develop. They don't manufacturing, but they need deal with technology, electricity, not part of that process. And so we don't have this. And people are not vexed. They're ready for pets for the market. So everything is out there. Nothing wrong with Sierra Leoneans then. And they go back to the thing say, the countries that when we identify are problem countries there. Even for a short period, you see that they Alala, no people, Alala will always speak. You see Rwanda. You see how they call it? DRC, Democratic Republic of Congo, and Sierra Leone. They have the same, now different regions, even place. But the countries are not be fit for getting independence. They get independence the wrong time. And now they're not settled. Salon not settled. What happened? My guys, like Stephen the Cat was 1960s. No country know the way they go to independence in the 90s. And so the current generation, they said they're ready because one, they lack opportunities. This generation, they're not well informed. They come on a household them. When I see a 3-year-old, between 3 and 5 year old, they involve them in the politics in large number. Now, whole school and the Southeast, they blow the boy for say, this is not how we make Sierra become better. Because if they grow up now, then they tell you, they are not ready to destroy Sierra the few people. So this is not the problem at Sierra. The question is, how do we get out of this? And for get out of the guy will be the talk today, Sierra get for land the hard way. Because right now, everything there, now the books for say, people are not ready. People are not ready. Even the opposition, I mean, they talk to somebody today, Pedalo. I say the opposition, when at the APC, what they're good at right now, now for making them can react, now AYB, where SNP do something, then they can react. If I do so, we do so. And then when World Bank says something, the opposition come, they can't talk. No, they have not really immersed themselves with the population and tell them, this is what we are fighting for. This is what we want to do. So let me just conclude by saying, I recommend to the opposition, I recommend to Sierra Leoneans that please do not download the 2023 auditors report. This now the final ground where damage Salon, where show say Salon, no they take off. If they mistake, they make SLPP and administration. We are running to Haiti. This Haiti where they so now this Salon they can go. The lifestyle where they, the suffering where they, the hardship where they, that is going to be triple in Sierra Leone. And the worst because Salon is history. So when I download the 2023 thing, that when I see. Thank you, sir.
No,
Yes, sir.
I appreciate most of what you say, but I want you begin look at things from a different angle.
Yes, sir. Go ahead. Of course.
You see, orange not the beer lemon. Mango not the beer pawpaw.
Oh, yeah. Oh, not true.
You see, the problem of Sierra Leone.
There are different spaces.
Yes. The problem of Sierra Leone.
Yes, sir.
Is not about who is doing what. It's about the social psychology and what we know as a people. You see, we are a broken people psychologically. We therefore first and foremost accept that.
Is it we are what?
We are broken.
Okay.
We have been exposed to so much abuse and impunity that now that's no more we sabi.
Now that's we sabi. Yep.
I don't care whether the person get PhD or DSC. The mentality of the Sierra Leonean is one of impunity.
Mm-hmm.
I know one begin talk Boku history today. I just rather we get to the point straight. You see, look at Sierra Leone as we have it now. It's not a matter of whether we had independence early or late. It's a matter of a group of people being put together as a country, and these people have been subjected to autocracy. Let me tell you one thing. The colonialists in Africa were never democratic.
There
was no constitutional order at the time of colonialism.
153 years.
Yes.
Yes.
So the people them, what they call democracy, now a form of autocracy where then they attach certain perceived norms and values to. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
When you get two political parties in the parliament, people think it's democracy. China as a one-party state is more democratic than Sierra Leone.
Of course. When they speak to
People they're not going to believe.
Mm-hmm.
But China as a one-party communist state is more democratic than Sierra Leone. Because the Chinese know what in China mean. The Chinese know say, I get responsibility to my society. The Chinese know say, enroll in a society now for help the society grow, not for destroy them. We now, we are so broken. Yes, we are so broken that we suffer from the post-traumatic effects of mistrust.
Of course. Well, if you remember, Mr. Jallo, I always talk about fragmentation.
Yes, we are fragmented. That's not what I'm saying. We are broken. We are fragmented.
We are fragmented. Fragmentation.
And so we ever look at solutions. We go work with that fragmentation.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand?
And me and you, where the guy will talk now, then they see we like we're stupid at the cost.
Why? I don't care, Mr. Dr. Toure. Dr. Toure.
Oh, thank you.
I just, one thing I'll tell you, I don't care because I'm not looking for gratification. Mm-hmm. I'm not looking for somebody to recognize me and give me office. Yeah, I am saying it because I understand it as a naked fact. Mm-hmm. We are a broken country. We don't suffer a lot of pains in the past, such that right now we not trust each other. Mm-hmm. Do you tell me one partner the always sabi where a Sierra Leone association they work properly?
No, they work. Hey, me open a whole NGO that 501c3 where get the same status like where they say Plan International. They are United States how they call ourselves Treasury. Nicer. Wait me to say anybody will get 501c3. Ask anybody. I get them, they can't fetch them, they fetch me like Chris. They tell the organization collapse. Salonians them. Now Salon they begin to
who we are.
let me tell you, Mr. Jallo, how the thing funny. The one in a salon send money for let them do things in Sierra Leone. The chairman sit down, they eat this money, not tell we for months. We send other money. Now then how the problem can happen. They begin argue, can't say, sir, I think sir get for left. What happened? They explain because they be different. I said, when they do this, months ago, you know, tell we, when I bring on the floor now, Sierra Leoneans then they say, well, I say, well, the constitution say, okay, for reprimand them by sending them letters that they explain. Next, then we decide if now for discipline or for remove them. Then how they go remove them, our brothers them. Not just alone that talk the one the facts for the one in a saloon. Then the facts begin they fetch me. But I may begin the thing. Then left and go from another place. Say we don't get for we don't have schools. We help farmers them. Mr. Jalo don't believe the last Cambia district we help over 100 farmers. I get videos. The coordinator right now, not on side, you love all the money. You love everything. We give granite, we give granite, we give rice, we give everything. Yes. So what you talking? It don't happen to me.
One thing I've learned out of life.
Yes, sir.
Is that we will always face these challenges. And these challenges are all over the world. But we Sierra Leoneans are refusing to find solutions to these challenges.
We caught up in a negative and dangerous culture.
Because one is first have trauma of mistrust. When you do something once, you get a negative reaction. Oh, no, no, kill myself. But you are passing through this world to face those challenges and
and when the trouble can cancel salon, no matter whose country where they, because it's after they don't not get food for it. They know it's suffer. They eat it slow and I didn't look up to
you.
Yes.
You see, the solutions are there. But one thing we'll forget at the back of our mind, or two things where I believe so for begin look at and rationalize with. One, partisan politics will never solve the problems of Sierra Leone. You know why? Now make I say orange not the beer lemon. The Sierra Leonean, if not possible, mistrust in company Sierra Leonean, but because of one reason or the other, able to associate with a few against the other one them. What you don't do, now the mistrust you don't make bigger. Where is APC, SLPP now? Two groups of mistrusting individuals or persons, we come together for a common objective. And what is that objective? They will always gaslight you that we are doing it for Sierra Leone. But ask most of them, what is Sierra Leone? How do you perceive Sierra Leone? I'll tell you this for free. 90% of us Sierra Leoneans don't understand what Sierra Leone is. For 90% of us, Sierra Leone is just a drawing on a piece of paper, a map. Because we don't move away so much from we natural man that boy Jalo not know what's in the happen at Kailan out and they live their life. He don't know what's in the happen at Kubola. He don't know what's in the happen na Bondapi. Now also I know maybe in a western area. We can say to them, they area how them born in the Sabino.
I know Sabi. I don't know.
So this is a big crisis we need to focus on. And we need to look at how we can use that kind of situation here for profit.
I guess something I want to say in like
Right, sir.
Give me one. Mr. Jallo, it doesn't matter we positions them, what do we think, what do we do. Leadership is a foundation of the problem in Sierra Leone. And any country. Now, for instance, let me give you one thing. Since the last time we Salon gets an organic public policies are developed in the country and actually sell them out. If not for go big, now they go big. Now before the NPRC overthrew Sierra Leone. After when NPIs overthrow, even up to an Nkrumah in time, Sierra Leone not get organic public policy.
At all.
They will always come, bring the World Bank, bring an IMF. I did listen to one guy yesterday. That guy was smart. He's American. Then they asked about this MCC. Just the what the type of talk so. And then the Sierra Leone or Bada wisdom. He not believes a smart people in me. Me now one person. If they put you in the room with Junkela and different Sierra Leoneans there, we can find the solution to the energy crisis in Sierra Leone. And I always talk about this. When the man they analyze, in the end, when the man they analyze, that American man, where they make this MCC, waiting this boy, this TV boy, very brilliant, that bad guy. How this thing they come? And the man the answer say, he tell them about the energy. Maybe they fix energy in a salon. People like, you don't say things that we already explain to people the problems in a salon is a gala. We don't understand with problems in a salon, we don't understand what country.
Well, this is what I said. We are removed from it.
Yeah, so he just said it. So the fact that Leoneans them as a public policy officials, they don't know what's in a public policy. They don't know, say, if you get problem now, you us, Mr. Jallo, you get problem now, you us, Mrs. Jallo. Mr. Conte waiting next door will never fix your problem. Is Mr. Jallo and Mr. Jallo in your household. When they go, then they go meet Mr. Conte. If the problem they don't decide, Mr. Conte, please, we want to do something. We want like this. Tell you, Mr. Master, don't make the thing there. This is not the foundation of the problem. We not get the leadership. We not get people already for listen. Even people they not say they not get the answers to the problems. Young girl no say, don't understand how to fix energy in a salon. It's still the force. You know, for no say.
And the first, does he know how many parts of Sierra Leone were possible for generate power from? Does he know the different approaches for generate power?
The World Bank angry with them. They think that the money when they pay money, not they go. You know they go explain. They just make big English rigmarole. No.
You see, one thing I want to let we get clear, Doc. We go out there asking for money. But internally, we know they do we homework for see how to use the money.
You can't forget a policy. Policy then for them.
I will tell you one thing today without boasting. I believe I know the solution to Sierra Leone energy crisis. The solution to Sierra Leone's energy crisis now 2 stage. One, we therefore make sure say we maintain the environment and we biodiversity properly, so that there will be underground water for sustained projects them. Secondly, let's just look at all the sites in Sierra Leone where it is possible for us to have mini hydroelectricity dams. You don't need for build a dam like Bumbuna for generate electricity. In present technology, you don't need a dam, a canal you need. You need generate electricity from the canal if the engineering is properly done. That means like the Rokel River can get 4 or 5 of them mini hydro dams. Sewa River go get, Scarces go get. All you need for get now a gradient, let the water they flow, they turn the turbine. Each of them mini hydro they can generate up to 50 to 100 megawatts. Then you need a plan for national grid so that the power generated at different points can be put in the grid. Then you get EDSA for supply the electricity, make the money, and pay to the suppliers them. What are they say? Every district or chiefdom will get a river where they pass through them. Then can use that as a way of wealth creation in the country. Send away, let the chiefdom get a loan, then build an hydroelectric station where they put power
Mr.
into
Jallo,
the grid.
Jallo, let's put that together. Let's put everything what you say together.
Mhm.
The first thing, when I did the policies, and the policy that needs the government, what they do for the people.
Mhm.
And look at all policy instruments and everything now for addressing the needs of the people.
Mhm.
Therefore, look at if policy plan where government they create. Because now that is said that they make you a leader now a government for. Why? How that plan they work and fail. Now, the plan where they can make it deal with policy, different policy areas. Maybe agriculture, like how we talk about energy here. Just thing you have to do, you don't forget a plan. Let's put it straight, an energy plan. This energy plan should be a national plan where inclusive of every stakeholders there, not the society.
Okay.
And so this energy plan, you get to sure. One thing the way it talks so, I will put them as enabling conditions. But the foundation, the root is forget an energy plan. And the other thing, where I want for put so policymakers in ready for me for say one, Sierra Leone is a nation of laws. We get a constitution, and the constitution say every 5 years it will change. So if you they come for make a plan, don't try to satisfy your supporters for say, now make can make for build this petrol station. If you not done for bill them, leave the conditions where they make me say, Jalo, where you can now you go continue let fish finish.
You don't go to another area.
No, I'm coming.
No, okay, come on. I don't need to take you away from that. I just want to make a comment and allow you to continue.
Yes, sir.
You don't go into another area we need urgent action.
Yes, sir.
Government versus the political party where they rule. The Sierra Leoneans don't understand that.
Oh, yes.
There is a difference between the government and the political party in power. The government makes policies that are taken to cabinet where you have the politicians to look at them and say, yes, we agree or no agree. So when policies are made, a change of the political party should not see a change in the policy.
Thank you. That's what I'm talking about.
Right. Another point is just want to make.
Well, you just said it right. Exactly. Well, what you make the rework is that the reverse of what you say now they happen.
It's more than the reverse. It's the how do you call it in science? When something you go opposite, you fell inside, the repellent of what you are they talk,
Yeah,
now
yeah.
it happens.
So
everybody they come in read the manifesto and manifesto where they can and do nonsense.
they do nonsense.
Which is this manifesto thing.
Well, no, manifesto no go stop.
We like them. We know
Well, what you no,
we not need them. They are should be at the cancer, at the camp.
Mr. Jallo.
They start to we have been in government in one of the most democratic countries on earth. The parliament, then they approve of the plan of the country. When they don't approve them, you they can't always say that you they be approved, so I will try for do something better. But you know they can't begin tell people how they can't build road, how they can't put to a business. Follow the policy.
Well, if you say something, when people say that thing they put a question mark on what he just said so because what you be say, let me categorize it into two. Let me put it so. Political authority, even though it can get subordinate authorities, it is into institutional and political authority. Why they say in comparative government, you know that the political authority now been said so just now. The political party, then are the institutions. Now they spell everything, they do everything, they campaign for they come. So government not get any chance or parliament for say, let the political party, like I get a piece of opposition, let them not say what the one can do as a party when they win. So that the manifesto is just an embodiment of all the lies where they talk about. So they have to stop that. Yeah, an embodiment of
I'm so bright.
let me say something. When they introduced the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, following the Millennium Development Goals, because the Millennium Development Goals are not work, not fuse and try, and that Madam Bio, now they can get a treasure for say now the first lie over Madam Bio. Look, I don't have the platform or the audience for let them listen to me, but I'm always right when I look at something that happen. If you look at the Madam Bio in policy, we say free education. I talk about a woman, a camp is say, ain't going to introduce women, whatever, where they say girl power bar, whatever we say. And he also introduced the agriculture. These are all from the Millennium Development Goals. Goal 4, Goal 8, 13, and 16. When I saw that, Kai was, I think, the United Nations representative. Now, all the one they will be in counter. Now, only one person they shine and then sing it. The other one, they're not stupid like sing it. Now, they all don't go. Everybody else don't go. As well, you know, if you pull with Madabio, therefore be a liar, therefore be stupid, then you go able to work with her.
You see, well, now you're coming back to the point that
No, let me just conclude on this, sir. Let me just go. So now what should happen is that Madabio, he makes sure say, he fooled the people of Sierra Leone at that beginning. They get doctors, people who also be write the English the language. Now they would just say, I look at them, I say, oh, look, this thing what I'm talking about, it's in my PhD dissertation. I look at it. If you look at even the introduction, I talked about all this stuff. Because I see Madabio as somebody way before say, and you've been saying one thing earlier. I've been one go inside, but I left you. You see, Mr. Jallo, political demagoguery. If you look, there are a lot of kind of intelligent people who don't make research and don't write. It's more dangerous than even tribalism or racism. Because this person, they can say things where be to say the people who feel say that are true, but not so true. They come in the lives of the tribalism, the tribal area.
No, they gaslighting where they go on.
Yes. And what? In the real sense, not to say the fact, and the outcome always, they able make the resulting factor for able make the people that we can use that they even benefit either as a region or as a district. That's not happen. So just to hand the way around now, when are they all fetched for that particular nonsense day? And so that now they happen as a rule. Madabio, they're able to work on the psychology of the people. Field salon. Now energy 360. That talk there now. Look how don't go. Look how World Bank don't interview them. They don't the money all don't waste. So all them terminologies them, way be to say them, they use them for fool the people there. On all the fields alone, we still have OPEC and I think IFLD with other few groups there. They give $800 million to Madabio for fields alone. That's what they can write water, now I don't die. Nobody only talk about it again. Now they still effort for them. Now they go, he come now, what UN Security Council, it brings him field salon. So,
but I want ask one question.
Yes, go ahead.
All the travel where Madabio, they travel with expensive private jet. When I feel say now from the treasury of Sierra Leone, money they come out.
Well, to me, okay. I want for say something and I answer the question.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not principal of a secondary school, you get a budget, and this budget here, you get them for deal with things related to the school. If you say you go on principal's conference, if you say you go on a school heads, but not for run or sport or whatever, Mr. Jallo, the public or whether the board, no good judge you say, well, you know it's in, it gets some other thing the way they do it get. We, the public, as a principal, if you know the dress come where you go now, you say they go now farm, but you're going on official program way related to academia. The people, we might have, others might have another explanation. However, the public will judge you, say, now the money.
You miss the point. You miss the point of my question.
What? No, I answer on official way. Underground now.
The point of my question.
Yes, sir.
Look at the expense involved, not the purpose for which the money is being spent. Do you think Sierra Leone has that money to be spending, taking the number of trips through this man don't make?
Well, yes, Salon they get that money. Despite even then travel where Salon they suffer, so they still they get money. The money the way they take from borrowing, from whether loans, the money they
so that money way they talk about 800 from this from that. That's what those monies are spent for.
Oh yeah, now
principal go conference. If principal go conference, he take public transport. It's different from where principal they take from the school fund. He hire Uber or private car for go conference. It's different. That's the same thing I'm asking. Do you think the money is from the treasury? By that I mean, do you think the money is from the revenue collected nationally?
Well, yeah. I mean, for answer that question, if you like, me current Bible, now the 2023.
You know, the maker they ask the questions.
The money where they use, the money the way they key, where they take now
they say. You know, the video maker ask that question. If we look at Sierra Leone, one of the things where they put 3 billion, the small funds that what we need for put together, now begin put in place things that we go generate wealth. We they spend them on unnecessary things.
Of course.
And not until they begin. You see, Julius Madabio is just the worst of a culture that has developed since independence. It's the worst form of that culture. So for us to change Sierra Leone, we may have to ask certain pertinent questions. And those questions should inquire into we social psychology and we understanding of what in government means. I want for make you understand, Doc, the Sierra Leonean does not understand what government means.
No, of course they don't.
For the Sierra Leonean, government means now we party then a power, so go do our will.
That's go do what you want. Yep.
And this is common.
The functions of government, they're completely not to government in business. Yeah. If person hungry, let go farm. If a person sick, not to government responsible, you need for go, let go find medicine. If road not there, not to government responsible. So now because they don't understand, I make all that embodiment of foolishness we'll talk about because the manifesto, now they the misguided sort of thing they. You know,
one thing I want to get clear, Doc. Sierra Leone will continue on the same path until we see them. And when I say we see them, every nation's destiny is guided and directed by the intellectual class or the elite class. But if a nation has an elite class that is fragmented, if a nation has an elite class that operates on mistrust and therefore is selfish, that nation is doomed.
Of course. Salon is doomed. Salon is doomed.
So what's the need for do? How do we bypass this problem?
So I have answers to I have one of things that with me you don't talk about this entropy. Entropy if they go on a salon, this state of uneasiness, disorderliness, confusion, madness, sadness, it's going on. And it manifests itself in the different policy areas. Whether you and the rest of people in our policy makers, the policy domains, they have not satisfied them. They're not the people who create the original problem. The sad part is they don't have the answers.
And they don't know how to begin to find the answers.
Well, no, well, Mr. Gallo,
They don't know. They don't city, no face. We explanation as it comes. I want to listen to this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The first crisis we Sierra Leone get now the type of education we'll get.
Of course.
The education was tailored to colonize us, to make us yes men. 90% of we, not care how educated we be, we are yes men. The few when they get in mind for saying, no, I'm not agree with this, they are easily seen as the enemy. Alien for us.
And we trapped by we culture.
Not we culture wrong. Now the colonization of we culture ain't our problem.
It's me. Well, now the colonization of the culture, with the white man no day. The white man no day.
Democratic. We pull and democratical, but the fact is, at some point in time, we were exposed to certain trauma. What make people adopt certain methods of impunity brought in by foreign actors. And when I say foreign actors, they talk about Arabs as well as Europeans and other people. Now, then trauma management situation, they don't become part of the culture. And I would misuse and abuse itself with. Sierra Leone's crisis is a socio-psychological one. And part of the solution for begin with the intellectual class, therefore open up and say, okay, we all come up from different.
Well, you see, Mr. Jallo, see the intellectual class, not so by degree, not by the people, even the educated, and you get a lot of people who know who's way smart, all for coming time.
It's all part of the
issue in Sierra Leone, we don't talk like I talk about whether it's colonial fragmentation, mistrust, the guy talk all they want, and they all tribalism and political demagoguery. It's all over the place.
These are all products of the trauma.
I want to suggest something here. I suggest them to Dr. Samurai. And I suggest them for the national class. You know, if you did project management, you understand, say, in our daily lives, even within our own husband and wife, we are all project managers. And that you did think about doing something for you begin, where you want to last you 10, you might call up, you know, they get 100%. If they do business, the outcome is not 100%. So if they at the national level, at the political level, things always go because one, we are in a natural environment that were conditions by specific energies them where Sunday we don't even get things right 100% we want them. Now, in a project management perspective, there are two things where project managers do. There is one thing we call a retrospective, and there's also one thing, another thing we call a postmortem. Well, postmortem, but could people know how for be like the mortuary? Why is it that when somebody die, where the not hospital die, the meter die? And they say, one know why he died. Not a mistake. Now answers them once, let them get learn a lesson, and then get solutions. And also from it, then go use them for the future. But retrospective, therefore, look at yourself. Class in front of you. You needed 100% of what you need to bring, but you just get 50%. Also, they know you get them. And so why? Who are responsible? Now, yes. So the transportation, how did you transport these things? Why you spend so much this time? Is it lack of technology? Is it about the industry where you operate? Is it the people then? Or now your mistake? And you come with us. You do a retrospective. And the retrospective, it bring people in together. like when they get town halls as a president. The president of Sierra Leone, from when the British can cancel alone, when the one you nom seal and everything, they introduce this under Chijankaba, they introduced the auditor general kind of ideology. For say, it's not they create the inside, the oversight.
The auditor general been done deal because it's provided for in the constitution.
Well, they not be there like this one now where technology they make them, the British they can't make them lay in name-based sound to the public. Mr. Gallo, just give me 1 minute, they can't end my discussion. This oversight is for help the president of the nation. Because if they don't read the budget, finance minister don't read the budget, they don't get the plans, how do they feed this, how do they do this, how do they do energy. You take this money, give to everybody. Okay, and they can't say now, when they can't audit no problem. Like the 2023 audit, make all the embassies there, one of the criminal behavior we then do, when anybody work there, you're able for make them get allowance for a picking, where you know past 18 years old. Almost the majority who side and go, then find out say people and they use thousands of dollars pay themselves for picking there where they don't get. They don't provide that certificate. And they don't go on. So you know you're not a leader. They don't help you. Fire those people. Have a national discussion. Bring people in now where they want. The next people are not going to do them again. At the same time, so what thing they happen here is now transparency they day where you do a retrospective. You understand? It is show accountability where you do a retrospective. The people then go understand because they beg them, they tell them, say, not for this, you give me power, but the one they work with me, then let you down. I'm ready to do this. And people understand, say, you are with them. This is what's happening. On a postmortem, things and they go wrong. As a leader, why you not go find out? The pathologist want to know why Miss A died. What didn't kill him? How he died? At what time? What you been done? Who say he been there at some point? I think say Salon, that country we don't die. That country we need a postmortem.
No.
To say leaders they for to come.
No.
What is wrong with us? These answers, like yes, sir. If they not do them, we know they go before. We need a retrospective.
You know, I wanna we change the perceptions them. Sierra Leone will not have good leadership soon. You know why?
No.
The leaders are not independent. Effective leadership forgets a level of independence.
Why
do I mean by this?
Why?
Before you go into leadership, you hold little obligation to people. But if now people that don't feed you, they don't buy clothes for you and do everything for you, when you be a leader, you are tight.
But the leaders are the same thing. Now people feed them, pay them, make them.
You don't understand the point I'm making. The leadership in Sierra Leone is faulted because...
So what is unique about it, sir?
I'm coming. When a few people who can afford $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, then put their money, then get somebody elected, they will go in and do a lot of nonsense. The leader not able to do nothing for stop them. But if the masses, all man been contributing $1, they get $3 million, then restrict spending in elections, then get a leader elected, then he not get obligation to few people, he get obligation to the nation. You see, the money aspect of politics are part of the problem in Sierra Leone, and it is a very big problem in capitalist countries. This country where they, you only need to pay your annual contribution as a member of a political party. When time come for election, you not get for spend 1 cent. Now the party they spend money, and the money of the party they spend, it's restricted because the state get amount of money that they give to each political party. You not get for show Towns book. Money is the factor that is destroying our leadership. Our politicians will not go to the village to Old Town Hall meetings. They will come to Washington, London, etc. for Old Town Hall meetings.
You know how so they describe answer?
Mm-hmm.
When you look at culture, the power distance culture, in where it gets a big kind of effect. I understand the side where you talk about the independent side, where they don't get people and sponsor them. Yeah, the same thing. Yeah, we multi-billionaires, the way they support. Like this man, where this right.
Well, I mean, they don't take.
No, wait, I'm coming now. At the same time, people let you know sit down and say, although this man stop giving money, it's against that. We don't see judges the way this man I put there. Then rule against it in the way they do so. Yes. What's in happen? Yeah. Let me tell you. What is lacking is like the thing about culture. Oh, maybe I'm not gonna say we use them loosely, as we all understand do at the highest level and right answer question of a whole quarter and in culture and examine different things. It's very important. The problem now, Mr. Jallo, the culture, the way of life, and other issues that were related to way of life, it affects we Sierra Leone so badly that within a shell side for commodity and a problem. Because the thing that happen saloon, like I argued out when I looked at the civil war in Sierra Leone, I situation and stuff, saloon not unique. Hey, criminal behavior. In all countries.
In all countries.
Hey, nepotism. In all countries.
Yes. Yes.
All the stuff they wait and say saloon and bring war. Now lie.
Not lie.
So the issue in the case of Sierra Leone is that too much is too much in the case of Sierra Leone. And nobody don't care whether we don't understand what salary and care about the country.
If you want to understand the origins of Salon War, go and do some research about the trade war.
I did, Mr. Jallo. I did international MSc.
That's where the war has its origins.
That make contest the thing in a way, and I tell me, Professor, I defend them, I tell them, I say everything what they say, there are factors them way very relevant in any circumstance, or they are not sufficient for
more of these factors in Guinea up to 1985.
Well, when the position what been put, Mr. Jallo, I say the aspect of how for sustainability. The sustenance of the war. How can you sustain war due to corruption for 11 years? We don't go on for Fed no more. Hey, then corrupt. If it's corrupt to Fed for 11 years. We don't go on Fed say because nepotism day. Right now seaport. Now bio day. We don't have bio. No matter bio in system picking. How they make the ambassador them? They make change in picking where they in New York so. When not have been nothing, they make a representative in New York. They make that picking in Mama. Now, ambassador, high commissioner. They're not on a position. So, who forfeit for that for 11 years? And I argued. No. That's why I argued. And nobody don't forfeit for thief money. The money they to forfeit for 11 years for that. It don't make sense.
That it's a percentage of a problem. Rooted in ignorance. The Sierra Leonean does not understand. Let me make my point, sir.
Selfishness.
Now, Adekam. Allow me to make my point.
Go ahead.
Ignorance is not about being selfish or non-selfish. All of us are selfish.
No, I mean, the other one, I not say
yes. Ignorance, one, we don't know we cultural foundation and value. Two, we don't know we resource potentials in Sierra Leone. And when they talk about resource, I know why the people they misunderstand them say Now that Western perception of resource. Diamond, gold, no, that's not what it may be part of resource. But I'm looking at with biodiversity and with cultural heritage and the goods and services what we're able to produce from them things then they. You see, we need for go back and rediscover, we need for reset na Sierra Leone. And the only way we can reset na Sierra Leone, now the intellectuals get for sit down and say, enough of this. Let us sit down and ask certain questions. Let us discuss certain issues. So we'll get insight into a lot of things. 1, 2, we therefore create efficient government in Sierra Leone. We therefore come with laws them where they separate the public and civil service from political influence. And if you ask me, the best civil service you can get as a temporary measure now for make everybody who dey in supervisory capacity on contract. Everybody who dey in supervisory capacity, let they on contract. Give each person 4 or 5 years contract. And the extension of the contract is based on your stewardship, not your political affiliation. When a government when a government institution or the institutions of the state have been politicized, that state fails. Government, when are the institutions, the systems, and the processes should not be politicized. They should remain non-political. Now, making countries them way governance efficient, then they get election, they not get government, but the country still they run. It happened several times.
No go far. When the people we get government last week, about 22 months now. Oh, life is on.
You understand? But in Sierra Leone, it's like everything has been compromised around that impunity mentality, what they call politics. What we practice in Sierra Leone is not politics, it's impunity. I don't care which name you take, you call it APC, SLPP, it's all about impunity. So that brings us to the third side of what in for begin make Sierra Leone. We therefore revisit with decentralization methods and make them more efficient, so that the resources will be distributed to all the districts and chiefdoms.
What say, Mr. Dabo? Mr. Dabo, all what you say, I just push back to me on the thing about the leadership.
You cannot have that leadership, Doc. Doc. Are they cancer? Are they come? I'm a social scientist. Man is a thinking animal. And when a collection of men or people are together, what they think and accept as normal becomes the habit. The habit becomes the culture. Sierra Leone has a culture of impunity, so you don't expect a good person to stand amongst them. If me and you are good, they don't want to be middle.
If you listen to me, I say something about what I say.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to make you for give me small thing. Mr. Jallo, I understand all what he talks to, sir, is the truth. And Sunday we will say, let God help we. Let God make we able overcome challenges them. Mr. Jallo, let me bring somebody where sometimes they will talk very little water, but a very important law will be referred to her. Because Momo, people like to say, Momo not to leader, I don't do something. But a constitution when they use today, no matter how you criticize Momo, now introduce them 1991 constitution. It bring, including Chijanka and others, let them free. Mr. Jallo, la call you back, yeah?
Okay.
La call you there.
You see,
I will try to call you later. Long talk, yeah.
we can't go off this now. We go talk maybe on
traffic
on Friday.
Oh, Friday, okay.
Yes, I can't go off this now.
Okay, but I will try no more. Maybe I will send you an Uyu, yeah?
Okay, do that.
All right, sir.
Thanks for calling. Okay, people, I think we don't get a long discussion, which is just the beginning of the road. As I say at the beginning today, my primary concern here is addressing those issues we'll for look at for make we change Sierra Leone. Yes, we need to talk about the politics, but we not talk about with malice. We talk about with a view for look at what's wrong and how we can change what's wrong. There is a lot of work to be done in Sierra Leone, but all of it centers around one thing. We get for revisit with social psychology. All with problems there within the way we would think and understand what him for do and how would they do them. If we not do that, well, let us be prepared for a crisis that will last until thy kingdom come. I have spent almost an hour and 30 minutes. I want to tell everybody thank you we come today. And I see we get a new listener, Mr. Jibril Ali Sise. Mr. Sise, welcome. I hope say you will enjoy your time here, and I want to let you they come and listen, and one day make a call. Let us have a discussion. This is not about me. It's not about a political. In fact, this is not a political platform. We talk politics, and I talk it freely here because no politician no pass me in a second. You may be head of state or foot of state or whatever. We're all Sierra Leoneans. And according to the constitution, I am part of the sovereignty holders of the country. Chapter 2, Section 5 says sovereignty belongs to the people. So it's my right to discuss Sierra Leone as it should be discussed, not with the aim of causing trouble, but with the aim of providing solutions. If we don't begin to face the bull, we will continue like this until thy kingdom come. And some of we not want for die and left trouble behind. We not say this thing will solve in our lifetime, it's not possible. But we want for left the intellectual and maybe emotional and psychological foundation in place. We go take the country forward. Some of us are aware that Rome was not built in a day. It will never be built in a day. But some steps have to begin to be taken for that building to start. If we don't begin to put the first block to have the foundation, if we continue to do as we are doing, then it's a long haul. We will never see the light of day. So, I thank you. I will come back on Friday. And as I say, this platform is going to inquire into how we can build up with cultural resources, how we can build up with environment, how that will help we for build a better political infrastructure, a better social psychology. We go make we able to take Sierra Leone forward. If we don't do these things, we will continue to blame, complain, curse, and fight, and nothing will change. And of course, when such things happen in a country like Sierra Leone, it's outsiders that profit. Sierra Leone economy, na foreigners they run am. Sierra Leone government, na foreigners they run am. They go IMF and World Bank and this and that, they go bigger, bigger. European Union, they go bigger, bigger. Now then they count expats then, as they call them, then they are running our country for us. Can we for once begin to become ashamed and begin look at how we go begin run we country for we self? The potentials are there. We only need for open we eye, open we brain, and low see. And I think say some of we go do we own part as we able for make people and begin see the direction where we for go. And another thing, I am gradually building up other platforms and software them will get for connect with this platform where I will begin offer certain courses online. I will prepare ebooks. I will prepare articles, put them online. In due course, plus or minus this platform, there will be other things that people would access, things that are materials that are researched, not your opinion, they can't write, sell to people or give to people. Materials that are researched with references where I go put for make people learn, because what's in one of the things where we lack the basic knowledge of most of what we need for deal with now we country. We may have knowledge in engineering or whatever, we may have a PhD, but the basic cultural, historical and other knowledge, we lack them in any. And if we don't remember them, if we don't work with them, it will take us a long time for us to forge unity. Thank you very much. We'll meet on Friday.
We pledge love and loyalty to be country salute. My how we there, my how we born. We sweet salute. We not for make this country fall. Mama salute. We let we salute. At this we land we love. We not for make them fall. We let we salute. Then they thief the money, then they fly. They London, they Dubai, then they bye. We there, we just a try. This day I don't come up and dry eye. Then they thief the money, then they fly. They London, they Dubai, then they bye. We there, we just a try. But this day I don't come up and dry eye. We pledge with love and loyalty to be country salute. My how we there, my how we born. We sweet salute. We not for make this country fall. Mama salute. We like we salute. But this we land we love. We not for make them fall. We like we salute. But this we land we love. We not for make them fall. We salute.
For the wreck the country. It's a witch. For the wreck the country, for the wreck the country. I guess I carpets, Gaman Keraka, Gaman Konica, Gaman Keraka, Chamucham, Gaman Monica, Kaipom, Gaman Konica, for the wreck the country, for the wreck the country. It's a witch. For the wreck the country, for the wreck the country. And they go and they beg. Ship. The people that they gen. Then Hagawa shem. They make the good chicken and the picture. Now we hope for today and the future. And the future, forgive them best scripture. They make the good chicken and the picture. Now we hope for today and the future. Don't forgive them best scripture.
Get love and loyalty to the country salo. I have we there, I have we born. We sweet salo. We not for make this country fall. Mama salo. We let we salo. But this we land we love. We not for make them fall. We let we salo.
We salute, we like we salute. I say no place like home. I like it, I can touch them, I like it, I can fight them.
What happens when truth becomes a tool, not a right? In Sierra Leone, confusion isn't just chaos, it's strategy. When leaders deny what you live, gaslight your reality, and rewrite the past, who really holds the power? Tonight on Truth Unmasked, we expose the tactics, we name the games, we decode the lies. Don't just believe what they tell you. Ask why they want you to believe it.